Many of you have requested Pulverize, but is Pulverize a dead build? Now, despite dropping sizable numbers, Pulverize, much like Bruce Willis in The Sixth Sense, has been dead the entire time. It's very rare that anyone that's trying to push the highest end content is going to use Pulverize. But for those of you that really like Pulverize, I put a build together giving you the best of what Season 5 has to offer for Pulverize. In my initial speculation and testing, I went with the Mjolnir ring, but in actual in-game practice, I actually preferred Grizzly Rage. Now, they did something weird this season where they decided to make the cooldown for Grizzly Rage start after the duration of the skill, which to be honest is just mildly annoying, but it doesn't actually affect the build too much, because when you kill enemies, you refresh the duration. So you can use one Grizzly Rage for the entire duration of a dungeon. So if you're still dead set on playing Pulverize, let me walk you through the build. Because we're using Grizzly Rage, that means that we can only use werebear abilities. So we've got Pulverize and Trample, which are naturally werebear abilities. Then we have Earth Spike and Earthen Bulwark. Those are only werebear abilities because we're running Vasili's Prayer. Now normally I'd consider this a waste, but the fact that Vasili's has both max life and willpower, which are very good for overpower builds, and the fact that it also has ranks to defensive posture means that this is extremely tanky and contributes to our damage. Not to mention allows us to use the skills. By the way, I just got bottom braces added to my top braces, so my speaking might be a little bit weird right now. So Earth Spike is going to be our main spirit generator if we need spirit outside of what we get naturally, which you should not need much. We've got Pulverize, which is going to be our main source of damage, and our goal is to overpower this every single time we hit. We've got Poison Creeper here because even when we're in our Grizzly Rage form, we're still able to get the passive benefit from this and poison enemies. Earthen Bulwark is going to be a great way to break out a CC, and it's also a defensive shield. Trample can break out a CC, but we're going to use this for spirit mostly. For spirit boons, we're going with Wariness, Iron Feather, Avian Wrath, Energize, and Obsidian Slime. For gear, we're going with Vasili's Prayer, Insatiable Fury, which is extremely good on this now, Rampaging Werebeast to benefit our Grizzly Rage. Tybalt's Will is going to add damage as well as give us more spirit regeneration. Ballistic Aspect can give us more ranks to our Pulverize, but feel free to run Mobility or something else if you're interested in that. Shockwave on our two-handed weapon is going to give us a lot more damage. Banished Lord's Talisman is going to give us overpowers and increase the damage of our overpowers. Ursine Horror is required to make our Pulverize into an Earth skill, and then Ring of Starless Skies is just a lot of damage and resource cost reduction. If you don't have this and you need spirit, you can run Rejuvenating, and if you don't need the spirit, feel free to run something like Changeling's Death. For gems, we're running Ruby on our armor and weapon, and then fill your resists with whatever you need. If you don't need the resists, you can always go armor instead. For our skill tree, we're going Earth Spike and one additional point. We're going to max out Wild Impulses, Pulverize, and go to Raging Pulverize. We're maxing out Predatory Instinct and Iron Fur. We're going to put 1 point into Bulwark and 1 additional point. We're going to max out Nature's Reach, and we're going to get 1 point in Poison Creeper. We're also going to be maxing out Mending, Provocation, and putting 1 point in Trample, going to Savage Trample. We'll max out Stone Guard and put 1 point in Safeguard, and we'll max out Envenom. Then we're going to max out Defiance, put 2 points in Circle of Life, max out Resonance, put all the points into Grizzly Rage, and for our Keystone passive, we're going with Ursine Strength. Keep in mind that on Insatiable Fury, you can increase the benefit of Ursine Strength if you masterwork that affix. For our Paragon boards, we're going to start with the Spirit Glyph on our starter board. We're going to move up and we're going to put Constricting Tendrils where we're getting Outmatch. Then we'll move to the right where we're going to put Survival Instincts, get our Legendary node, and put Exploit here. We're going to move down and attach Ancestral Guidance. And here we're putting Earth and Sky. Moving to the right, we're going to be attaching the Inner Beast board, and here we're putting the Dominate Glyph. Finally, moving up from here, we're attaching the Earth and Devastation board, getting our Legendary node, and attaching the Tectonic Glyph. Here's what the overview looks like. As much as I would like to hype up this build, it wasn't quite hitting the mark that I wanted it to hit, and I found that I was actually doing better on my Infinite Cataclysm build. Despite the fact that the Infinite Cataclysm does 10 million damage per hit, and this does closer to 200 million per hit. But if you play on this and optimize it, you're going to be able to clear all the content that's actually important. So don't stress about it too much unless you're trying to get to really high pit levels. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. I'll likely be putting a follow-up to my Poison Claw video in my next video, but I'd love to hear what you guys want to see. But on that note, I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Pulverize. More like Smolderize.